Hello Internet, welcome to a new series. A couple days ago, the Overrun scenario was added to the game, and I've been carefully avoiding any kind of information about it because I'm excited. Honestly, if you watch any of the channel, you know that this new scenarios are like one of my favorite changes. So I don't know anything about it. I don't know if we can overcome it, but hey, we just died in our last series, and I thought, why not try something new? So we're going to be doing the Overrun series. Despite all the soldiers, guns, and minefields, your base got overrun by the dead. Your last order was to retreat to the armory, but during all the chaos, you got separated from your squad and are now stuck in the warehouse all alone. You're not sure if anyone made it to the armory or if you are the last man alive. Okay. I mean, you shouldn't use gender-specific words in the description because it kind of cuts out, what if I'm playing a female? Okay, so we start as military personnel no matter what. I would like to see that expanded into some civilian stuff. Just because it's a military base doesn't mean there are no civilians on base, but that is fine, of course. Oh, that's the other thing. If you haven't watched the channel, I do tend to complain or offer my suggestions as we progress. So we can be the military, recruit, marksmanship. I think pretty much no matter what. Oh, we start with 2 accessories on our rifle, as well as an MBR vest. Although it's empty, it's still good because it's Kevlar. I believe they're Kevlar regardless. Special operator starts with MP5 instead. No, we don't want that. We want something. So here's my thinking, is that it's going to be a military base full of soldier zombies. Soldier zombies were recently reworked so that they almost always drop a pretty standard issue weapon. That's going to be 223 90% of the time. So we want someone that starts with a 223 weapon. That way we have a good weapon in good condition that we can pick up additional ammo for later. Bionic soldier starts with a 223 rifle as well as ceramic plate vest. Some bionics as well. How do we page down here? Left or 4 or 1? What? Press H, left, right, or 6. So all of them just scroll? Okay. Start with a lot of bionics. I really don't like starting with bionics in general. It would cost us 2 additional points. What would we be getting out of this? Metabolic interchange is good. Air filtration's pretty good. Carbon filament is fine. I can take it or leave it, honestly. Everything else, I'm not super interested in that. I think we're just going to go with recruit on the first try. If it gets too bad, we will jump ahead and take some bionics, I think. Going to be a little conservative here. Normally, I would just pump a ton of points into our strength. Let's do traits first, because I use single pull, so we get points out of it no matter what. Give me Pack Mule, Night Vision. We'll take Robust Genetics. I think it's a little optimistic to take that when I don't know if we're going to make it out of the base or not, but that's what we're going to do. I know some of you hate watching someone set up their character, but I do think that there are people who care about it, so I'm trying to do that. Hopefully at the beginning of the video I said, hey, jump ahead to here if you don't want to watch me create my character. Poor hearing, lactose intolerant, heavy sleeper. These are the ones I generally take. Give me animal discord as well. I'm starting to take that more and more frequently. Nothing else really jumps out at me as something I would want. Definitely not pain sensitive. My God, that would be awful. Squeamish. I mean, it's just 1 point. Alright, whatever. Let's go to stats. Give me a couple points in strength. Definitely bump that perception to 9. I think we're going to be gun focused, honestly. We should put more points into dex, I think. Man, it's been a long time since I played a 9 strength character, though. And we're just going to go ahead. Man, it's so tough because I really, really don't want robust genetics. But when I don't take it and we end up playing for 80 episodes, we really regret not having it. That's fine. We're probably going to die immediately. Let's go ahead and randomize our gender. We are male. Randomize our name. Oops, that's not the name button. Can't see my keyboard. We are Lenny Jello Marcus. Oh, classic Jello. And we are limited to starting in the warehouse. That's a little disappointing as well. I thought we could start in random places around the base. It's fine. And we're going to jump into it. Fingers crossed this isn't terrible because I have nothing. Oh my God, that's a lot of stuff. I have nothing else to do today, and I was really hoping we could get 4 or 5 episodes of this done and then maybe I'll go record some other things. So it looks like we are in fact in a warehouse, and it appears to be primarily foodstuffs. Let's immediately get our gun out. I am going to focus on using the gun as much as possible. Has to be taken off first. Okay. Oh, because activate would try to remove the gun mods. Gotcha. Okay, M4. What do we got going on here? Scroll down. Holographic sight and a shoulder strap. That's fine, I guess. I mean, I would expect some kind of optic on a military rifle for a military user, military personnel, but I am a little surprised. I mean, because the mods in well, we're not going to have that discussion. The gun mods in Cataclysm are not very good. Some of them are downright harmful. Go ahead and wield the M4. We do have 2 extra mags in our chest. Let's look at our... Oh, this is a big old base. My goodness. This is probably the biggest overmap special I have ever seen. Is anything this big? I can't think of anything else that's this big. And we have a dump site. Oh boy. And a farm nearby. So my thinking is, you can probably just live in the base for a really long time. Especially if, presumably, there are many rows just like this. 51 plastic bottles of powdered eggs with 16... I mean, that alone, this one pile, is like enough to sustain you for several weeks. Oh, yeah, it's a big ol'... Oh, my goodness. Okay. MREs. So it's a little bit of everything. It's not just food storage. Let's see what we've got going on. 44. My God. Okay. And this makes sense. This is on par with the other loot-dense areas that we've seen in the game recently, where they've really been buffing the loot spawns and, you know, just how many items show up, and then later they're going to go back in and say, okay, well, now we're going to reduce these numbers by simulating looting. Now, I feel very confident that we could just live in here for several months without ever leaving this room, but of course that would be boring as all hell. Definitely take a Halligan bar while we have the option to do so. I really don't want to sort through all this stuff, to be honest with you. Take a pair of binoculars. Definitely take a fire source while we have the opportunity. Definitely take a multi-tool while we have the opportunity. First aid kit. My goodness. Take 5 first aid kits. Let's butcher some of these, actually, so that we're not carrying full first aid kits on us. Disassemble everything once. Okay. We'll take like 30 aspirin, take 10 bandages, and we'll take, really, up top, okay. We'll take 3 bottles of antiseptic, and we'll take, tape is pretty good, we'll take half the tape, and you'll see that's much less volume than if we were carrying the entire thing with us. So we've gotten basic medical supplies, we've gotten tool qualities, we picked up, definitely want a flashlight. Give me a flashlight. Lantern could be valuable as well. It's electric lantern. We could just use the flashlight. Honestly, I imagine the power draw is less on a flashlight than it is on a... Are they empty? They're all empty battery charges. That's a little bit silly that none of them are charged, but okay. We'll take like 5 disposables. Definitely going to grab some military... Well, we already have military gear. Army helmet, tack gloves, combat boots, the MBR vest. I would like to put some plates in it if we get that opportunity. Do we have access to those recipes right off the bat? We do. So what we could do is take apart something here for Kevlar. Man, Kevlar vests are really good as well. Can you wear both? What's the encumbrance? No, that's my gun. Where's my... How do I look at the vest? Kevlar. There it is. 7 encumbrance, 8 and 16. I mean, we have no arm protection. What's our 17 and 7? What's conflicting on our torso? MBR and the army jacket. Kind of weird, actually, because you would think... Okay, MBR is outside of clothing. Go ahead and take off the jacket. Well, it's the only thing covering our arms. Yeah. It's dark here. We can set up the lantern. Ballistic masks, eh? I didn't know those existed in the game. Does that conflict with the head? Nope, just eyes and mouth. Are we wearing a gas mask or anything? Doesn't look like it. Ski mask, we can lose the ski mask. Go ahead and wear ballistic mask. I mean, I like that we can gear up before we even leave this room. The problem is, I kind of expect to die as soon as we leave this room. And if that happens, then every time we spawn, we have to go through this process again, which is not great. That would interfere with the ballistic mask. Tac helmet, 8 and 12. Yeah, army helmet's better. Do we want to wear the vest underneath? These vests are still absolutely effing ridiculous. They need to be nerfed very, very heavily. Really hate that these still exist in the game. I don't want to belabor that point. We've talked about that in every series. Every time I see one, I've complained about it. Their protection is on par with something like power armor, and that's just absolutely ridiculous. At this point, the fact that no one has nerfed it and no one seems to care is like, that genuinely bothers me because I expect people to care about that kind of thing. This stuff will just conflict. I really don't need any of this. I mean, I guess we'll take... Do we have earplugs? Negative. So we'll take a pair of earplugs. Don't want to take blankets or anything. Towels, emergency blankets, winter gloves, glove liners. This is just jackets and such, which we already have. Raincoats, rain hoods, ponchos, web belts. Well, no, I'm okay. We're wearing a helmet liner. Helmet, probably faster to look this way. No, we're not. So go ahead and throw on the helmet liner as well. Jeez. Undergarments, nah. I mean, we could load up on thermals, I guess. How cold? What? It's spring day 1? Why is it spring day 1? It was supposed to start on spring day... whatever, 60, whatever the default start date is now. I literally just set it and made sure that it was right. So I'm not sure why I'm on spring day 1. But that's a problem. It's definitely going to be cold. So let's go ahead and remove our underwear and our undershirt and go ahead and throw on the thermals. Just so that we have that extra warmth. Our mouth is very cold. Okay, gimme... Oh man, I really don't want to encumber our mouth any further. The ballistic mask already is mouth encumbrance, and mouth encumbrance equals stamina drain. So I'm a little nervous about that. Man, I hate that it's spring day 1. I'll have to fix that when we die. I'm still questioning, do I throw the Kevlar on underneath? I guess we do. I'm not wearing the ballistic vest. I know... it's incredible protection, but like I hate them so much and I can't bring myself to wear them. Books, I think we'll leave here, and then if we need to set up a base, we'll do so in this area to begin with. Oh man, it has multiple Z levels as well. This place is enormous. I have no idea which way to go to get out either. Okay. So we've secured some pretty good stuff. We need a melee weapon. We have the Halligan bar, I guess. We're gonna leave the MREs. We're gonna treat this as our base area. Whew, moment of truth. Let's pop something open here. We are exposed to the outside, to my surprise. 2 zombies immediately. Both have spotted us, it looks like. Although I was peeking, so I don't actually know if they've spotted us. Let's wait a bit and see if they come over here to the sound of the gate opening. They don't seem super interested. Okay. Let's just start clearing out some of the zombie density, I think. Soldier spot. Nope. That's fine. Maybe should have increased our rifle skill a little bit more. Like, we started with rifle skill, but the fact that we're going to be using rifles a lot to clear this area, maybe should have upped that a little bit further. But is it really worth the points, you know, when you could be spending those points on... got to keep an eye out for turrets as well. I imagine this is an area where turrets would be deployed. Some more zombies. Sandbags. I think we're fine here. We're just going to focus on clearing out these enemies. I would hurt smash? Nah. Spotted? Nah. It's fine. You were attacked. Yes. How did you... Where did you come from, sir? I guess he came around the corner. Let's back up into the building. Yes, I obviously see the soldier zombies. What? Why aren't you? Oh, okay. I don't know what happened there. Ignore. Yeah, I figured the sound of gunshots would in fact draw enemies. Please stop interrupting me. It's very frustrating. Would like to get closer to a critical. Then we'll back up. Would prefer if they didn't smash up all the shelves, but really we're not super picky about that. If they're going to do it, they're going to do it. Okay, should be able to kill him before. Back up. I imagine there's just an obscene amount of monster density on this base. Like probably literally hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of enemies. So here again, like I said, most of these guys are going to have M4s on them or other 223 rifles. So right there, even though we just spent a bunch of ammunition to kill these 4 zombies, we already got a clip with 24 rounds in it. So go ahead and unload his M4. Hurt smash, ignore. We're going to unload. Grenades are also very good. So this is actually 300 rounds. I didn't really expect that, but that is fine. Again, these ballistic vests, like I just can't, I'm sorry. I know we've talked about it, but I can't believe, like, okay, you added it to the game, fine. And then people gave you pushback. There were people saying, hey, this needs to be nerfed. And that was like 2 weeks ago, and it still hasn't been nerfed. Are you serious? Like, I'm fine, you added something to the game, you maybe thought, like, I'll balance it later. But, like, it still exists, and it's literally you just changing 2 numbers. It's not like it's a ton of work, you know? And it's like, they're obviously overpowered and ridiculous. I just don't understand how people don't realize that. I've seen people on Discord being like, this is the greatest thing ever. It's like, yeah, I guess if you like OP things and don't care about game balance. Not to be super complaining. Anyway, I think a lot of this game is going to be us. Okay, we got one coming around the corner again. So we'll take one more shot and then we're going to head back into the building. Okay. Yeah, I imagine most of this game is going to be... Okay, you're not running. I want you to be running. Is going to be us shooting and kiting enemies. Because again, shooting is going to draw more enemies to us. And it's kind of one of those things where it's like every enemy we kill gives us more ammo. So we can afford to spend the ammo. And it's way safer than engaging them in melee. And it's the starting like of a new character. So like you're not really capable of... Like we don't have any... Oh, don't reload. Back up. Now reload. Use the ones in our open inventory. Ignore. Store in inventory. We don't want to engage in melee because we're a brand new character. We don't have a lot of crafting recipes. We don't have a lot of strength. So it's like us being able to beat the armor of your average soldier zombie is not very good. Not very likely. With some standard zombies as well. See, this reinforces that there should be civilian classes available. Just because there are civilians in the game. What I would suggest, I mean, I don't know the layout of the military base, but what I would suggest is that since we're starting in the warehouse, yes, only military personnel, maybe like clerks would be allowed in this area. But like, let's say over here there's like FEMA tents or something, like people have set up tents to bring in civilians for protection or something. You could start as a civilian class in a different area of the base, I think. Spotted? Sure. Where? Oh, to our south. I hear things to our north, which is a bit concerning, because that may mean something slipped by us while we were in the dark, and we don't know what's up there. Okay. Smash, smash. Casings. I mean, I'm not super interested in casings. Really no reason to pick up the casings at all. We'll take a syringe. We're going to leave the MREs and everything. Definitely take the morphine, however. This guy actually did not have a weapon. Oh, we may have already eluded that particular corpse now that I'm looking at it. Once again, M4, more grenades. Really should try grenades. I never really use them. So unload on the floor the M4. M4. There we go. Make sure everybody's smashed so we don't have to deal with them later. More grenades, man. I didn't think about getting grenades, but yeah, we should probably be using those as well. We will, once we kind of settle in for the night. Yes, please stop. I didn't mean to do that. Let's back up. Once we're ready to like settle in for the evening, we will sort through the corpses, organize their loot, and haul the bodies outside so we're not living with a bunch of corpses. Again, most likely we're going to take up residence in this area. A lot of soldier zombies. Not really surprising. It's a military base. Yeah, anyway, this was added maybe a week ago. I saw someone on Discord was like, man, the new Overrun scenario is really hard. And I was like, oh crap, there's a new scenario and I didn't even know about it. Usually I try to play them. Yes, please stop. Oh, what are you? Oh, what are you? Zombie burner? Bullets weren't enough to stop the end of the world. The military tried fire instead. Their failure is made manifest in this gas-masked husk. Its black suit torn and ripped. Flamethrower dangling limply at its side is attached to a tank of napalm strapped onto its back, which trickles its contents onto the ground. Now, someone mentioned these as well on Discord recently, and they said, hey, do these things explode when you kill them? And I was like, oh, I've never seen those before. And so I looked, and sure enough, it said, yes, they're supposed to explode when you kill them. But when that person killed them, they did not explode. I believe they were streaming at the time. So if that guy blows up, it's going to set this building on fire and cost us a lot of materials. So what I'm going to do, why are you catching up to me as I'm running? Yeah, why are you so fast? Speed 98, 262. Why is me moving taking so much? Also, why is my focus 32? Chilly mouth. Unhappy. Why am I unhappy? You're cold. I don't understand why we're so slow. Why it's taking... Why? So here, if I'm remembering this right, hopefully my mouse is in position. I've had some issues where my mouse over has been out of position. So I don't know if that's an issue. It says speed 98, which should mean that every tile takes us about 98. But here you see it takes 183 moves. Our last move took 183 moves. Why is that? My encumbrance is not that bad. Melee and thrown attack movement point. Head. No effect. Eyes is not. So it's got to be our legs, right? Movement. Running movement point cost +1. Running movement point. Yeah, but why is walking... Why is it taking 180 moves to move one tile? So they're faster than me. I don't understand. We weren't in pain until now. And the pain reduces our speed. Base move cost is 179. Why? Why though? Current speed 94. It's roughly double our current speed. Is that normal? That can't be right. Unless I'm misunderstanding something. So we're gonna run out of stamina, which is like a real big problem. Take me upstairs. Man. We're like out of stamina as well. Let's just wait and hope it doesn't follow us up the stairs. Since we're on the stairs, I don't know if it can. Let's go ahead and wait and get our stamina back. Did not catch up. We're going to be frost nipped. Man, that spring day 1 is really a pain in the ass. I don't know why it's set to spring day 1. Let's just continue waiting on the stairs. I'm hesitant to go back down. We have to eventually, of course. Let's pop this open. Okay. Zombie soldier. Yeah, he came up the stairs behind me. So our moves now are only taking 110? I don't understand. Base move costs 110. What changed? Oh, I guess does having lower stamina increase your movement speed? Or your I'm sorry. Okay. Come on, brain, work with me. The lower your stamina, does that I understand if you run out of stamina, it slows your movement speed considerably, but I didn't know that having lower stamina actually affected movement speed. That's the only thing I can think of that would actually be the issue. Because you'll see we're now faster than he is, just walking. So that's interesting. I definitely did not know that. Military ID card. We may need one to exit the base. I'm not sure how that works. Unload the M4. I'm really regretting starting the game with Spring Day 1. I'm not sure why that is. I know we've talked about that already, but that's going to be probably our biggest problem moving forward. Yeah, monster density, blah, blah, etc. But, like, being cold at all times is also going to be a huge problem. We don't want to kill the burner until we're sure it won't explode. So we're going to try to lead that back outside before we... Oh, we're out of ammunition. Reload. With this, store in inventory. Wait a few turns. There you are, my friend. Okay. I'm going to have to keep a much closer eye on our stamina now that I know stamina gets reduced based on... Or speed gets reduced based on stamina. That's definitely something I should know as someone who plays kind of a lot of Cataclysm. I would love to make our base on the roof, but that's not really feasible with the temperature we're going to be running into. Oh, good. I was going to say, is there like a back room we could work into? Swipe your ID card. No, leave that alone. I'm curious what would be in here that could be of value to us. Reinforced glass with closed shutters. I can't open those. Oh my god. Hello. Why does this require a military ID when this door was just completely openable? That seems like a poor decision from a security standpoint. Oh man. We can shoot through here, but why would we? What are you? This staggering soldier wears a burnt gas mask now fused to its face. Through the melted, bile-encrusted ruination of the mask comes some sort of hardened, fleshy proboscis with steaming corrosive fluid leaking from the end. Acid sniper zombie. That's bad, because presumably he shoots. Oh, he already did. The acid sniper zombie launches a corrosive dart. Shot is stopped by the reinforced glass wall. See, I'm pretty sure we can shoot through this. I did not know such things existed. So it's pretty interesting that they're... In fact, it's all in red. Why are you... Okay. So that's probably a scary creature. Knowing that these exist, we need to be a lot more careful when we're outside trying to kite enemies. We're going to close this. And I don't know about making our base in here when they can be everywhere. Around us, they'll probably be making quite a lot of noise. Is this napalm? So presumably they leak napalm. Can we shoot him through here? I would love to know if you explode when you die. Shot is stopped by the reinforced glass wall. So I was under the impression that anything you could see through, you could shoot through. That's the way it used to be. So I guess that's not true anymore. So that's pretty cool. Because we tried making ballistic glass before and it didn't really work. So let's clear out one more zombie and then I think... Oh, our stamina is gone. This is what I get for having my sound turned down. So now we're going to take some hits as we try to... Yeah, so I bumped left and it melee attacked and we took a ton of hits. Did not mean to do that. I am now grappled. We're probably going to die. We're dead. So that's unfortunate. We're not going to get away. And it's mostly... because I wasn't paying attention to our stamina. I have my sound turned down so I can't actually hear the stamina sounds. Pretty terrible way to end the inaugural episode of a new series. It's also eating my inputs as I'm trying to move. I keep getting grappled, I guess, which is what's happening there. How are we not dead yet? Oh, because we have good head and torso protection. Just kill me. Okay, so we're just going to suicide because we're dead. Our arms and legs are broken. But it's going to take a long time for them to get through our torso and head armor. So we're just going to go ahead and suicide out of there. Really poor decisions on my part. We have gotten some eyes on the area. We have a little bit better understanding of what's around. Honestly, I think there's two ways to handle this. Number one is to systematically clear out enemies the way we started to. It's just going to require a lot more caution than I was coming to the game with. And then two, I think possibly if you just load up on backpacks from the warehouse, pick up a lot of valuable stuff, and just like weave your way through the buildings to the exterior. If you can find a bead to, well, we can't look at the map now. We were pretty close to the edge. We were maybe 3 map tiles from the right, I think. So if you could just beeline to the edge and get out, I think that's a viable strategy. I don't think that's very fun, and it's kind of against the spirit of it, but probably doable, although I don't know what the perimeter fence looks like either. So, but regardless, that's going to do it for this episode. We're going to come back. I'm going to be a little bit more patient. We have a little bit better idea of what we should be doing here. And I think we're going to tailor our character a little bit better in the next episode as well. But for now, that's going to do it. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. I'll be back with more Cataclysm content every single day of the week, and I'll see you in the next one.